What's up with it, Raider Nation? It's your boy, Raider Honcho, and I'm back with a brand new video for you. Today, we're going to be discussing all the rumors that I've been hearing the past few weeks, the past few days. Once again, on the East Coast, it is a straight blizzard outside. I don't got nothing else to do but bring the news to you. So now, I don't usually do the whole rumor report thing, but since I am like the new spokesperson for the Las Vegas Raiders, it's only right that I give you my 2 cents on everything that's going on. I mean, there's not much else I can do right now but to give you my opinion on the stuff I've been hearing. Now, I'm not going to dive into every single rumor. I'm just going to dive into the ones I've been hearing the most about and the ones that I've been getting asked the most about. So, obviously, these are things you probably heard on other channels. These are things you heard on the news, Instagram, Twitter, whatever the case may be, but you haven't heard it from the honcho. Okay, so this session, we're going to be talking about trades and free agency, okay? Now, it's really early to talk about free agency, and it's always early to talk about trades until something is definite. You never really know. So this is all just my opinion based on what I've been hearing and really just based on what I think of the situation, okay? So let's break down the trades first. People say, Raider Honcho, you want OBJ? Let me see. Does OBJ play safety? No. Does OBJ play cornerback? No. Does OBJ play edge? No. Does he play defensive tackle? No. Well, then there goes your answer. Do I want him? Nope. Don't need him. We don't need another receiver. I mean, it's almost like you guys think this is fantasy football where it's like, well, if we get enough catches and yards after catch and targets, we get more points. It don't work like that, okay? We have plenty enough weapons on the offensive side of the ball to get the job done. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter who our receivers are at this point. Our offense is not the problem. Okay, so OBJ, great talent, little bit of a diva. He acting a little soft, a little shaky sometimes, but hey, man. I don't need that on my team. It's not something I look for. When we're talking about signing free agents, wide receiver is not something that's on my list. And that brings us to our next guy, T.Y. Hilton. Do I want T.Y. Hilton? I mean, does he play cornerback? No. Does he play safety? Nope. Does he play linebacker? Nope. Does he play defensive end? Nope. Then there goes your answer. Do I want T.Y. Hilton? Hell no. If I didn't want OBJ, you know I don't want T.Y. He always running around there looking like a little rat running around. We don't need T.Y. Hilton, okay? Again, the same thing I said for OBJ applies for T.Y. Hilton. We do not need any receivers. I mean, the fascinating thing is that we ended the football season and everybody and their mama said, it's the defense, it's the defense, it's the defense. Soon as the season's actually over and you hear a name come available, it's like, even though our defense was ass, let's get another wide receiver. Like, what are you talking about? We don't need any wide receivers. We have too many as it is, all right? We got ones we ain't even used yet. We still ain't used Ruggs and Edwards yet, all right? We don't never use Zay Jones. We just signed I forget the young boy's name. It'll come to me later, but we just signed another guy. We got too many dead wide receivers, okay? We don't need another wide receiver, all right? Unless they're gonna play both ways, okay? Now, we all know that this is what you really came here for, to see the rumors and what Raider Honcho thinks about his boy Derek Carr. Now, I don't even have to talk about it no more. I'm only going to talk about it because I got the camera on, and when the camera's on, that's what I do. I get to talking, okay? Now, I only speak from the heart, and my heart is telling me if y'all really want to trade Derek Carr, y'all got to be high on something. I just don't understand it. Once again, we ended this season. Derek Carr has a career year, and ever since the season ended till now, all people have been doing is tearing Derek Carr down, ripping him apart, saying why we could do better, why we would win more games. Somebody tells me, well, we would have won those 3 games if we had scored more points. Well, yeah, Captain Obvious, yes. But we also would have won those games if we didn't let the other team score as many points. Like, I don't understand what your argument is. Like, well, if we had Deshaun Watson, he would have created something. Look, what you got to stop confusing is a 20-yard run by a quarterback being explosive and a 20-yard pass by a quarterback just being regular. Right? Just being the normal. Like, 20 yards is 20 yards. Yes, Deshaun Watson can make things happen with his legs. But I don't need a quarterback to do that. I have a running back to do that. I have wide receivers to do that. I want the quarterback that when the game is on the line, he can make the throws. Okay, so as good as Deshaun Watson is with his legs, I don't think that's the Raiders' issue. The Raiders' issue is not Derek Carr is not mobile. Because if you really think about it, he ran for 3 touchdowns this year, 140 yards, right? But also the first downs he ran for. But people don't put into consideration the plays that he's extending with his legs that turn into deep throws downfield. Like, you can look at the Chargers game where he hit Renfro on that sideline 3rd and long. You can think about the game against Miami where he hit Nelson Aguilar when he moved with his legs and created time to throw it. He creates time to make passes where you'll have Deshaun Watson or Mariota who will create stuff with their legs to run it. But I don't think a 20-yard run by a quarterback is better than a 20-yard pass by a quarterback. I just want the 20 yards. Okay, now, we said Marcus Mariota. We might as well bring him up because supposedly he's buzzing in the streets. The trade buzz is up about Marcus Mariota. Look at my face. Do I look like I care? Do you think I care if we trade Marcus Mariota or not? I don't even know why people are asking me. No, I don't care. Somebody had the nerve to post on Facebook, which I tell you what, man, these Raider Facebook forums, they toxic, man. Y'all gotta be careful which one you signed up for. I got in one, and they came at me to the point where I was like, do I gotta get the strap? Like, are these threats? I don't come from this era of just being able to type and talk however I want and never have any consequences or repercussions. So I was nervous. I might have to come in there with an alias and change my name or something. It's real toxic in those forums. But all I keep seeing in these forums is the one game Marcus Mariota had where, 226 yards, 80 yards rushing. And then guess what? We lost. We lost that game. So stats don't matter for Derek Carr. Derek Carr can rank top 10 in every category. He can have all the passing yards, all the touchdowns, and everybody be like, but he lost. He doesn't win games. Marcus Mariota can have a loss and have decent stats, mediocre stats, and somehow that means he should play more. I just will never get it, man. I'm done going back and forth. I'm running out of oxygen talking about the Derek Carr situation, okay? If y'all don't know what a good quarterback looks like, that's on y'all, man. I'm good with that. I'm not going to ever walk outside and see a blue sky and trying to convince somebody that it's purple. You see what you want to see. I see what I want to see, and that's that, all right? Marcus Mariota going for a 3rd or 5th round pick, I don't care. I don't care. I didn't understand why we signed him. We pay him too much money anyway for him not to really be playing. And I don't think that whoever the starting quarterback is deserves to have a backup paid that much money because it just looks like he might get some burn, right? So I'm done with Marcus Mariota. I'm done with the whole quarterback situation for the Raiders. If you want to get rid of Derek Carr, just get rid of him already. I mean, I don't know what you want. I don't know what you guys want me to say. I think he's a top 10 quarterback, but I guess you want to trade a top 10 quarterback to get a top 5 quarterback and still have a 30th ranked defense. You'll see what's going to happen, okay? It happened to Deshaun Watson this year, okay? He was the second best quarterback in the NFL, and he won 4 games. All right, so that's the trade stuff. I'm off that. Moving on. Let's talk about free agency. Free agency is going to be really, really spicy this year, I think. And I'm really excited for it. I actually might have said T.Y. Hilton in a trade segment in this, but he's really going to be a free agent. But the answer still applies. No, I don't want T.Y. Hilton. I don't like his little ashy braids that they look like I don't like that, man. He looked like he was one of the extras on 8 Mile. I'm good on that. We don't need T.Y. Hilton. But there are 2 guys that I think we should address, and I think we should actually go after. And first is going to be Richard Sherman. A lot of people are down on Richard Sherman because he's not a lockdown press corner. But guess what? He's so familiar with Gus Bradley's defense from the time in Seattle, Legion of Boom shit, that I think you bring him in just as a leadership standpoint, just as a coach on the field. Every position coach wants to have that player on the field who's an extension of him. And I think Richard Sherman could be an extension of Gus Bradley and really mentor Trayvon Mullen and Damon Arnett. Because I think they need that. It's not just on the field. I think off the field. I see Damon Arnett wants to be a rapper and stuff. I don't have no problem with that. But do the stuff that pays the bills first, right? Master that craft. Don't be a jack of all trades, master of none. Get locked down in football, lock in, focus, and get your job right in that, and then do whatever you want. I really don't care what you do on your spare time, right? So I think you bring Richard Sherman in because he's a great corner in cover 3. He's a great cover 3 corner, okay? He's a good scheme player. He's a good scheme fit for what Gus Bradley wants to do, and he's been there before. So I think he's able to relay those messages to the players of what Gus is looking for, okay? You want that extension. Derek Carr is an extension of the coach on the field, offense. You need an extension of your defensive coach as well, and I think Richard Sherman could be that. And, I just like Richard Sherman. He's just a dope person, and he just seems like he's got it up here, right? Between the ears, he has it, and I think our players need a little more of it, all right? Now, another player I think we should address in free agency, and this is going to be safety from the Jets, Marcus May. And I actually think he's a really good player. And if you watch my mock draft, I'll put the card up there somewhere. It's gonna be somewhere up in there. I don't know. But you'll see that I took a safety with the first pick in the draft, and I got Trayvon Merrick. I think he's a really good safety. But if you land somebody like Marcus May in free agency, then that takes away that takes away an immediate need. And Marcus May is no slouch, right? This ain't just a regular safety. He had 88 tackles last year, 4 tackles for a loss. He actually had 11 pass breakups, 2 forced fumbles, and 2 interceptions. So this guy is a player. This guy is somebody who can come in and really be a good player for us. And he's a dog. He's got a little bit of dog in him. When we played them this year, we played the Jets this year, I thought he played really well. So if you could match him up with a Jonathan Abram, I think that makes the back end of our secondary really good. And another thing about Marcus May is he doesn't have a lot of missed tackles. And we know that we led the league in missed tackles. I think somebody like Marcus May comes in and just really bolsters our defense and gives us a little more credibility on defense, not just random names. Like, this is a guy that is respected amongst the other players in the league, and I think we need that on our defense, all right? So if you can land a safety like that, you can land a corner like Richard Sherman, that really helps you in the draft because then you don't need to reach for certain guys, right? A safety at 17 might be a reach, but when you look at our secondary and our back end of our secondary, you have to reach for it because something has to hit. The Raiders have to hit in this draft, all right? So that's all the rumors I have for you today. I don't know how many times I'll be doing that. So if you wanted to hear more rumor report from Raider Honcho, put it down in the comments. If you like anything I talked about in this video, put it down in the comments. If you disagree with anything that I said in this video, please put that down in the comments. That's really what I'm really here for. I'm really here for all the smoke, all right? So if you like this video, like the video. If you like the content on this channel and you're here always looking for Las Vegas news and Las Vegas Raiders updates and stuff like that, this is where you want to be. So please subscribe to the channel. And until the next time, Raider Honcho out.